Christopher sent the team a bunch of new supplies, some things that we needed, and also some of the new stamps and things that will be included in the April release in the Brutus Monroe store. So I'm just going to go ahead and show you what I got. Now I do have to tell you, I've already been into my box and I've already been playing with all of the goodies. I did shoot my video of when I first opened it, but I had a very talkative 2-year-old in the background at the time, so I'm pretty sure you probably wouldn't be able to hear anything I'm saying. So I'm just going to go ahead and do it over. So anyway, all of these things, the new items, will be available in the Brutus Monroe store on April 21st. And so be looking for that if you see anything you like. First up, we have this Squeaky Clean Stamp Scrubber, which I really love. It's got a nice little scrubby pad in here. You can take some of your Squeaky Clean, squirt it in there, and then when you want to clean off your stamps, just scrub it in there and scrub them real clean. So it's really handy. Another really cool thing is the cap does pop off really easily, so you can just kind of leave it on your desk. One thing that Christopher had mentioned was that you might want to let it dry out before you close it, because just like anytime moisture is trapped anywhere in your house or your craft supplies, things tend to mildew, and that's just normal in life. Anywhere moisture is trapped, things could mildew. So if you don't want that to happen, just leave it open while it dries out on your desk. I'm just gonna pop that back in there. Super simple to get open and closed. It's about the size of a checkbook, so it's a really good size for your stamps. So I'm going to be using this a lot, I'm sure. I also got some more Squeaky Clean because my other supply is pretty much gone. And I think the really cool thing, one thing that they did was they did add some scent to it. So it smells like, I think it's roses. It's really nice. It makes your craft room smell really nice. Alright, so this is another new thing that they have coming up, is this sticky glue pad. Now you might think, what am I going to use this for? But this is really cool because if you want to do any glitter, if you want to do any foiling or anything, you can use this glue pad. I have kind of used it with a few stamps and that works. So if you want to foil any of your stamps, you can do that with this glue pad. Now I want to show you something I kind of worked on last night. Is I put a little bit of glue around the edge of this little pot here, and then I foiled it with some gold foil that I had, and it just kind of made a nice little rim around there in that pot. So there's lots of different things you can do with it. Home decor, crafting, whatever. I'm really excited to be playing with this a lot in the future. And I got some other powdered elements. Now these are really cool. You might think about like Perfect Pearls or Pearl X, only these are different. They aren't exactly the same as those other types of products. I want to show you, I also did another pot with that glue pad and some of these powdered elements. I put some glue here on my pot, and I just rubbed on some of those powdered elements. So it gives you kind of a foiled technique without the actual foiling, which is really cool. You can also use it with your stamps and different things. I'm really going to have fun playing with these because I love adding metallics to everything. So you have a little bit of silver, copper, and gold. So I'm going to be excited to play with this. Alright, so I got a re-inker for my detail ink, which is fabulous because that's pretty much the black ink I use anymore. I was using VersaFine Black Onyx ink, and I like how dark and crisp it is, but it's a pigment ink, so it takes forever to dry, and if you get some on your fingers, it's smeared all over all of your projects. And I don't have that problem with this one. So I really wanted a re-inker so I could just keep using my ink pad, and I love it. Alright. I love Brutus Monroe's stamp cargo sleeves. These are pretty thick, pretty durable, a lot better quality than some of the other stamp sleeves that you get. And the price point is really fantastic. I think, I really don't know off the top of my head the price point on hand, but it's really fantastic for what you get. So here's an example. I have some stamps in here. I like to put my stamps together and I like to label them. There is no flap, which I love because it gets in the way and it's just, you know, kind of useless. It's a really thick plastic, so you don't have to worry about dies opening or splitting or anything. So, and I always keep like 2 stamp sets together. I just think it makes sense, especially if you have an insert in the middle. You can see the front and the back and kind of get double the use out of them. So I got a pack of 25, but really it's going to hold like 50 stamp sets because I package mine in 2s. So really good value. Alright, we're kind of getting to the stamps here, but I want to show you a few other things that I have. I got some more of their embossing powder. I love embossing. I just love the way it looks. I already have their gilded and their penny, which is gold and copper. Love the metallics. They shine really bright because there is no wax additives in any of these powder. You get embossing powder, you don't get wax. So there's no wax in here to dull down the colors, which is really fabulous. So I got Icicle, which is clear. I love clear embossing powder because there's so much you can do with it. I'm planning on doing a few videos just going over different things you can do with clear embossing powder. So I requested one of these. I also asked for the white, which is alabaster, because I use a lot of white for sentiments and things. So I'm going to be using this. And then I've got their Raven Black. I don't have a black embossing powder. A lot of times I'll stamp with my ink and then I'll put the clear over the top, and that's how I emboss my black. But I really love this black embossing powder. I used it here on this little journaling card. So the stripes in the background is some of this powdered elements. I mixed the silver with water and I brushed on some stripes. And then I took some of that Raven embossing powder and put a sentiment on there. And it just looks really fantastic. Even over here where I didn't stamp it correctly, it just really looks good. So that's really fun to use if you want to make your own journaling cards for your planner or anything. And I really wanted to see how the black worked, and it works really good. So I'm excited about that. Alright, so now we are getting to the stamps. Brutus Monroe is going to be releasing quite a few stamp sets in April. I think it's like 10 stamp sets or something. So they've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 of just sentiments, which is really great because they have different ones in different fonts. They've got some like cursive handwriting. They've got some different designs around them as well. So it would be really great for like, I think Bible journaling or making your own journaling cards or just stamping on cards. I mean, so many things you can do with some of these fun fonts. And then they have this floral one, which is really pretty. I love it. It's got these florals here, and it's got all these different banners of happy birthday, happy anniversary, congrats, love you, thinking of you. So many things you can do with this. I made a quick card last night using this stamp set. It's got this little thinking of you. I put a little adhesive here so this would stay down when I photograph it. But really the idea is, here's the card, you just open it up like this. So that was a quick and easy project. And I colored this with watercolor pencil. So looks really great just to put something simple together. But that's that stamp set that I used. So they've got some of those. This is a stamp set. It's kind of a nautical theme, and I think it'll be coming in the inspiration box. So this is not in store right now, but it's in the inspiration box. And I'm not sure if they'll be in store or not, but it's got lots of cute little sayings and images, so I'll be playing with that one. I did ask for a few more stencils because I love stencils, so I got this kind of a jagged stripe one, which is called Pugsley, and this one is the jagged hearts, and it's just some uneven hearts that you can put on backgrounds. And I already used it on this one. I'll show you again the stripes in the background with that stamp set. Love this this stencil, and I'm really going to try to use it with some embossing paste. I've been having this thought in my mind of some black embossing paste over these stripes, and I want to try that. So I'm going to try that soon. And then along with those other, the sentiment stamps and the floral stamp, we have some background stamps that are coming out in April. So these are really amazing because they are, I think, 5 1/4 by 5 1/4 acrylic, or not acrylic, photopolymer background stamps. So they're clear background stamps. You don't see that a lot with stamps. You see mostly cling stamps that are background stamps. So I'm really excited about these. There's this one, which is Swallowtail background, which is really fun. It kind of reminds me of their butterfly sentiments. And the really cool thing is, if you have the dies for the butterfly sentiments, it will work for these as well. So if you want to stamp and then cut out a bunch of these butterflies at once, you can do it with those dies. I used a little bit of that clear embossing powder on this one, and then just kind of watercolored over them flower or butterflies. So it's kind of a messy background kind of thing. So there's a little example of what you can do with it. There's this scribble background stamp, which I played with a little bit, but I'm still going to be thinking up some fun ideas to do with this. This is their Enchanted Rose. Yep, Enchanted Rose, which is really amazing, and I just watched Christopher on Periscope make a card with this one, and it was gorgeous. So, I mean, how could it not be gorgeous with this rose? And then this one I'm really excited to play with. This is a watercolor background. So you can stamp it, and the idea is it's going to look like watercolor, and then you can rotate it and kind of get different looks. So I'm excited to play with this one too. So that is what I have in my inspiration box, and I'm going to be doing some playing around. I'm going to be making some stuff with this, so keep watching. Maybe I'll shoot some videos. Otherwise, if you have any questions or comments, leave them below, give a thumbs up, and the new items will be in store April 21st, so watch for that. Otherwise, have a great day, and I'll catch you later. Bye!